Well, hold on to your tits, boys. Honk, honk. The August 2024 core update just landed and nobody cares. Nobody really cares. Here's why they don't care. Is we cared in March whenever Google had told us that all we needed was another core update to start seeing some sort of signs of life for our websites. So what were we doing until March? Updating our content, optimizing our content, writing new content. March rolls around, they dangled that carrot in front of a bunch of starving horses and never gave anybody any of the carrot. So now here they are, a year later, telling us that they're doing this update to help small publishers and independent publishers. Google's one of us. Okay, let's get into it. My name's Rob. If you don't know, I've been talking about this stuff since the HCU of 2023. I just enjoy the conversation. I enjoy blogging and SEO. I don't actually know what I'm talking about. I just like talking about it. So if that's okay with you, hearing some bozo blab about things he may or may not actually understand, maybe hit the subscribe button. Let's talk about Google doing Google stuff. I want to show you a couple things before I give you my thoughts on what's going on. If you don't know, if you haven't been to my channel before, here is my website traffic pre-HCU and post-HCU. I had, about a week before HCU hit, I almost hit 2,000 clicks for the first time ever. And then just yesterday, I had a record low since I started my website of 10. That's right, 10. Almost double digits. And you might go, that's a pretty significant drop. Yeah, I know. And this is why I'm not paying any attention to this update. I'm not paying attention to this update. I'm not going to be looking at my GSC every day like I did in March. My analytics, I'm not going to open it up every day like I did in March. Because the messaging for this one to me looks like it's the exact same as we saw during the HCU of 2023. I don't care. Speaking of, let's actually look at what this update is. This is searchengineland.com. I'll put a link in the description down below. It's Barry Schwartz or Rusty Brick over on X, who does a great job of summarizing different happenings in the SEO world. And updates are a big part of this. And so he did a great summary article here. Again, link in the description down below. And here's what they're saying. Actually, let's look at the title because the title is something special. Not the title, the header here, subtitle. One of the aims of the Google August 2024 core update is to surface useful content. Notice they're using the word useful now. They got the hint not to probably call it helpful anymore. Somebody got probably paid like 6 figures to go like, you know what, guys? Crazy idea. Let's not do that anymore. From small and independent publishers or independent sites. Wow, you're so cool, Google. Okay. What Google's saying. Today, this is John Mueller. Today we launched our August 2024 core update to Google Search. This update is designed to continue our work to improve the quality of search results. Hold on a minute. They're continuing it. When did they start that? They're continuing it? What they've been doing? They're going to keep doing it? That doesn't sound great for small publishers or independent publishers at all. Let's see. Improve the quality of our search results by showing more content that people find genuinely useful, unless it feels like it was horseshit, right? Why do you have to show more content that's useful? Can't you just only show stuff that's useful? Why do you gotta have some of it that's not in there? And who's deciding what's useful? You guys don't have a great track record for being able to figure out what's useful or helpful. I don't trust you on that. You don't know what you're doing. Sorry. Google said it aims to promote useful content from small and independent publishers. Wow. Man, after all, I poo-pooed Google, and I just feel bad about it. After Google listened to feedback it received since the release of the March 2024 update. I thought that was funny, because since the March 2024 update they started listening. There was like 6 months before that, since the HCU. You weren't listening to anybody for that time frame. It's been 11 months. That means you've not been listening more than you've been listening. they ignored us. They ignored us after September. They're like, these idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay. I thought this was also interesting. This update takes into account the feedback we've heard from their creators over the past few months. As always, we aim to connect people with high range of quality sites, including small or independent sites that are creating useful, original content on relevant searches. Now, I think the original content is interesting because I'm currently losing several ranking positions to websites that have copied my articles. So we'll see how that actually goes. This is an area we'll continue to address in the future, or whatever. I don't like that last line at all. And the reason I don't like that is because Google, to me, with their messaging, has been extremely non-committal in order not to put themselves on the hook whenever things don't go the way that they are trying to tell people that they should go. Right? We saw this with the promises of the updates. Well, just wait for the next core update. A core update will do it. A core update will get your traffic back. You got a chance to recover with the core update. And then March rolled around. They go, well, we didn't necessarily mean like this one. Like we're not sure. I mean, core update. Or any day. Hey, the classifier's always running. Hey, any day this could happen. I mean, it could be today. It could be tomorrow. It could be. At one point, I wish I could find that quote. They said something like a couple of months or a few months. And at that point, it had been like 8 months. But they're just like so non-committal. So this to me feels like a great way for them to say, look, we're trying to help. But if you don't see anything happen this time, no problem. We'll be working on it continually going forward. Go ahead and keep updating your websites. Write new content. That's cool. 2024 core update improvements that sites have made, which is interesting because if it's trying to capture improvements that sites have made, that's a direct comment, I think, on the qualifier or the classifier there from the HCU. You were here, and now what have you done since then to let the classifier know if it's deemed you worthy of having some traffic restored to you. So anyways, that's the general synopsis of what's going on here. I don't care about any of that. Like I said, to me, this messaging. Oh, yeah, there's one more thing. Where is it at? Oh, so basically, I don't see it now, and I don't know what I was going to say in regards to this. Is that, oh, yes, I do. It's over here. Let me go to X. Let me show you some of the responses to the Google tweet, because there's something in here I specifically wanted to hit on. So one thing Google has proven that they're really bad at is reading the room. And so, which the commenters let them know that. Morgan, who needs search engine with content designed to answer your questions anyways? That's AI. Eric, this is funny. Like, I do not condone people doing this because I just try to be nice as much as I can, but it's funny. You do realize there's such a thing as both fulfilling intent and writing for humans. This person ends this by basically saying, you've utterly failed at fulfilling search intent this year when you've tried to do it yourselves. Hand it back to the professionals. Can't wait for the DOJ to split you into multiple business. So this it's not going well. I suppose time will tell if those poor independent site publishers actually recover from the last round of shoddy updates you deployed. Translation, our SERPs are exclusively comprised of, this one not good either. Will Forbes be affected? Another Forbes reference. This one here I wanted to hit on. And actually the next one. These are the two I really wanted to hit. Chrissy, I remember feeling so much relief when the March update was announced, thinking I could finally stop stressing about whether the career I had built over the past 10 years would survive due to a monopoly's mishandling. I love the burn of the monopoly, but she could have just put your mishandling. I like the burn. Expectations are minus 100 this time around. Please be better. And this, to me, summarizes how all of us feel about a lot of this stuff, right? She felt relief because of what we were being told. We were told an update can fix this stuff. And so we spent even more time when we weren't making any money investing into essentially a losing endeavor that we didn't know we were going to end up losing because we were told we had a chance at winning. And that chance just never came along, despite what seemed to be the assuredness of the people that were saying this stuff. So I hate this for Chrissy, but I think this is why March was so hard, and people lost even more of their traffic, and why people are they've lost their ability to tolerate what Google is saying at this point. The next one here is, you know what? I'll give Chrissy a follow. Xavier says, so doubling down on the HCU, it seems. I swear that when the DOJ breaks you apart, party like it's the 4th of July. But they make a good point here, doubling down on the HCU. So if you remember a few months back, they said that the HCU is going to be rolled into core. And it just so happens that this core / HCU is going to be going into September, 1 year anniversary of the last one. And the messaging is very similar. We're trying to make things more, they're calling it useful this time. Last year, this time they called it helpful. But it's really the exact same types of messaging. So this person, very, very astute to point out that this is basically HCU Part 2, including the messaging. The outcome remains to be seen, but we'll see. I put down here, I like this. Please don't destroy businesses. Reward original content. I hope the feedback I've shared over the past 3 to 4 years will be considered. Too bad, Mionk. The last couple months is all he listened to. So tough titties. I said it's diabolical to pretend that you care about small publishers right now when you're taking the content they work so hard to create and repurposing it as your own. A hearty handshake does not negate a stab in the back. So I'll ask you guys, do you care about this at all? Do you have any expectations for this at all? Do you have any hope for this at all? Any optimism for this at all? Or are you too sour, like me, to think that it has any chance? Look, I do have some hope. And it's stupid. I know that. I have hope not because of Google. I have hope because I'm an idiot. I have hope because, I worked really hard on my site, and it's a passion project for me, even though I don't work on it as much anymore. I don't work on it as much anymore out of necessity because I have to put time into things that are making money. But I hope for that because I would really like to pick that up more again and get back to writing and doing those types of things. And honestly, like responses like Chrissy's there make me hope that something actually does happen here. What I don't want to see happen is that open door that they leave by saying, we'll continue to work on this. Whatever happens here, we'll continue working on this. I don't want to see people continuing to work on those sites and giving Google that content if they're going to continue to take it, repurpose it, and not reward the people who actually wrote it. And I feel like that the open door could be seen as an attempt to do that. So tell me you guys' thoughts. I'd love to know. Thanks y'all so much for watching. If you haven't already hit subscribe, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.